Nutrition is everything when you are a new mother. There's too much happening and all of it is new. So you have sleepless nights, your routine has gone for a toss, you eat, sleep, bathe, do everything as per baby's routine.
Like nowadays, you see actresses losing weight in 3 months after delivery.
Pregnancy, childbirth, such a big event for both parents. Weight loss, don't think about weight loss.
So like the aftercare, is it different for the cesarean mothers and the normal delivery mothers?
And if you have undergone a C-sec, then your recovery might take a little bit longer and your movement is a bit restricted as opposed to when you have a normal delivery.
Hello and welcome to Health Bites presented by RedFM Podcast. On this podcast, we give you practical health tips given by a clinical nutritionist, Lovneet Batra. In this episode, we're diving into the most transformative and challenging phase of a woman's life, that is post-pregnancy. It's not about bouncing back to your pre-baby body. It's about healing yourself. It's about gaining your strength back. It's about nourishment, basically. So from nutrition to your energy level, everything depends on what you eat and how you recover. And that's how you'll feel. So whether you have just given birth or you're helping somebody on that journey, this episode is going to be packed with a lot of tips so that you can tackle post-pregnancy like a pro. Hi Lovneet, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. So today, we have discussed so many topics like protein and intermittent fasting and everything of that sort. But today I really want you to talk about postpartum nutrition. I think when a mother gives birth to a child, the attention of the people around them tends to go towards more to the child. There's some sort of neglection towards the mother. So firstly, I want to know how important is nutrition for a new mom?
Nutrition is everything when you are a new mother. There's too much happening and all of it is new, right? And as a new mother myself, I think when you have the right fuel, if you're eating well, you're able to maneuver through it. So you have sleepless nights, your routine has gone for a toss, you eat, sleep, bathe, do everything as per baby's routine, right? But if you can eat well during this time, not only it gives you energy, but it also gives you a mental clarity and grounding, which you really need as a new parent.
Okay. So firstly, nowadays you see actresses losing weight in 3 months after delivery. So is that healthy? What's the ideal time of losing weight and how to go about it?
I think pregnancy, childbirth is such a big event for both parents. Weight loss, don't think about weight loss. It's such an important event for both parents. Don't even think about weight loss for the first 40 days, for the first 6 weeks. First 6 weeks are all about recovery. So even if you're desperate, even if you've put on 30 kilos of weight, don't worry about it at that moment. You have a lot to worry about, right, already. And I don't think weight should be something that should take your energy, at least for the first 6 weeks. Just focus on your recovery.
And what is the right time to start working out or maybe exercising? What's the right form of exercise to start with?
See, when you're a new mother, your body changes a lot. Your sleep changes a lot. Your energy requirements change a lot, especially if you're lactating. So thinking about workout should come from a place of, from a place of where you make that decision when you have that time and commitment, not from making a desperate attempt to lose weight. I see many women, they just, of course, you feel disoriented because you don't see yourself the same after childbirth. But just stay patient for first 3 to 6 months. Stay active. Through the day, try to walk, make sure that you're not seated or you're not on your bed all day, but you don't have to rush towards going back to the gym. I think everybody's journey is so unique. Your body will tell you when you're ready to hit the gym again. I used to work out almost every day before a delivery, even during my pregnancy. But after delivery, your body changes, right? You cannot have the same expectations from the same body. You have to let your body recover rest, and body does tell you when you can go back to your workout. You might not be able to run the same way or lift the same weights just at the first attempt, but you slowly build up your strength again because you have gone through something really wonderful but also exhausting at the same time, right? So give yourself time, and I think it's for you to decide that when you are ready to go for your workouts, or even to start sort of your weight loss journey, so to say. Don't feel the pressure that, oh, so and so lost all the weight within the first 3 months, 6 months. Don't feel the pressure to do that, because not only on your physical body, but it takes a toll on your mental health.
So I think postpartum is such a huge topic. So we'll take one topic at one time. First, I want to know about breastfeeding. So what is important? Feeding for the two, is it a thing or is it just a myth? What to do in the ideal way? So that's healthy for the baby.
A very simple diet principle for breastfeeding is high fluids and high protein. When I say high fluids, try to aim for 4 liters of water. Now, when I say water, try to have warm fluids, not just plain water. Fluids such as ajwain, jeera, saunf water. If you're not lactose intolerant, if you're able to digest milk, then milk at least once a day. Chicken broth, vegetable broths, dals. So warm fluids, aim for 4 liters of fluids in a day. And protein should be at least 80 to 100 grams, depending on your weight. So if you're able to do these 2 things, it takes care about the basics. And then you need to add certain foods that help you lactate. So that would be soaked methi dana, shatavari, papaya, other lactogens such as oats, dalia. So a diet has to be wholesome, but at the same time, if you keep the basic principle of high fluid, high protein intact, you'll be able to lactate better.
So the aftercare, is it different for the cesarean mothers and the normal delivery mothers?
It is different because, of course, they go through 2 different procedures. And if you have undergone a C-sec, then your recovery might take a little bit longer and your movement is a bit restricted as opposed to when you have a normal delivery. But nutritionally, to feed, you still require the same nutrients, right? Now, if you have had a C-sec, then don't go too heavy on fats. Don't have too much panjiri or too much ghee because it gets more difficult to digest those heavy foods. But in a normal delivery, ghee, panjiri, all of that has a very important role to play as well, not just for feeding, but also for your own bone health and for your own recovery and energy levels.
So when we're looking at postpartum, what are the most important macronutrients and micronutrients one should focus on?
So most important, see, all macros are important postpartum. Everything, all needs are heightened. What, as a normal individual, what you need after delivery, all of it is plus, right? So I wouldn't say just protein or just fluids, but yes, you need good quality carbs, whole grains, so dalia, oats, khichdi, all these are great foods postpartum, especially for the first 40 days. Even healthy fats are very important. Nuts and seeds and gond and ghee, coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, these are very good for recovery postpartum. Now in micronutrient also, your body is depleted of its iron stores. So iron is very important. Calcium is very important. But calcium supplementation with magnesium, enough D3, K2, all of that is very important. So when I see a traditional Indian diet, what makes me very happy is that our diets that were curated by our grandmothers were so well thought. You have a porridge in the morning when you wake up with dalia or oats and you add lots of dry fruits to it. You have a bowl of papaya, you have some shatavari in the morning, have ajwain, jeera, saunf water in the morning, hydrate every time you're feeding through the day very well. Then for your breakfast, you have a wholesome meal like a paneer paratha, or you have egg with a paratha, or you have egg with dal chila. And then for your main meals also, you have food combinations that are easy to digest. Because postpartum, your digestive health is also compromised. Your digestion is not at its best. So the foods that you were able to digest before might give you flatulence or constipation. So you have to focus on whole grains that are easy to digest, not refined flours or not too much of animal meat, because that can take a toll on your gut health. And traditional diets take in all these principles into account.
One thing that I've really discovered talking to you for all these episodes is like I've found new respect for our Indian culture and the food that it offers.
Yes.
Like whatever wisdom we had of food back then was really like well thought of.
Yeah, something as simple as when I delivered my son, my whole my dental health used to feel very fragile, and I used to tell my mom that I have this acute pain in my gums and I don't know where it's coming from. I'm taking my postnatal, I'm eating everything I can, and she gave me this very easy remedy. I took jaifal powder, and before brushing my teeth I would use that to just rub it and massage it on my gums, and within 2 days my pain was gone.
Oh God.
And I was like, wow, I never knew about this. So there's always so much to learn from that traditional Indian knowledge. The wealth of knowledge that they already have from experience is just amazing.
So like after giving delivery to a baby, there's a lot of like mood swings, there's a lot of hormonal imbalance.
Yeah.
So what are the food items that can trigger it, and what are the food items that can like soothe it, can help you be in a better mood and cope with it?
Before we talk about food, I would like to talk about rest. Like you rightly said, sometimes baby just takes over your life, and not just others, but you as a mother sort of just put your well-being at a back seat. And that doesn't help, because if you are not feeling okay, you will not be able to take care of the child. So prioritize your rest. And I know it is difficult to get those numbers of, to get that enough sleep, right? To sleep from, that 11 to 7 kind of a window. You keep waking up at night. But create a system for yourself where you are getting uninterrupted sleep for at least 4 to 5 hours. When your sleep is not in place, you will not feel grounded. You won't feel that energy through the day. So try to fix your sleep timings, get help, get the right support to help you fix your sleep and get enough rest. And while you're overwhelmed, I think if you prioritize rest and nutrition, you will feel that week after week, the journey becomes smoother.
So like if we had to divide like from week to week, how would you divide it? Like what's the importance, what important micronutrients we should focus on the first 2 weeks, then post that?
I think more than macros, the macros might stay the same. What's important is the first 2 weeks, you have to focus on very easy to digest foods. So literally foods that have semi-solid consistency. Or if you're having very solid, dense food, then chew it very well, because your digestion has slowed down. Make sure that your sleep timings and your meal timings are intact. That also helps you digest the food better. Make sure that you are walking around. You're not able to work out, that's okay, but don't be very inactive, because that also takes a toll on your digestion and overall energy. So more than macros, I think it's important to focus on certain quality of food that you're eating, and not ignoring, your homemade meals. I know like many people do crave for various food items, outside food, or so to say junk food. And that's okay once in a while, but at least for the first 6 weeks, stick to home cooked meals.
And my next question was that, like post-pregnancy, there are so many cravings and a lot of things like that. What to do with it?
Address your cravings. I'm not going to say that, have this micronutrient supplement. I think postpartum cravings can be very intense, and they come from a space of seeking comfort also, right? Because you're under so much stress, you're sleep deprived, you're needing energy. So it's very common that you will seek that comfort, you will get more cravings. First, fix the basic nutrition hygiene, like make sure that you're hydrated and you are eating proper meals. But even in spite of that, if you're craving a certain food, then I mean, just go for it. I mean, come on, you have gone through so much. I'm not going to tell new mothers at least not to eat food that they want to eat, but make sure that you fix the nutrition hygiene first.
So post-pregnancy, there's like a lot of women face a lot of hair loss. What is the reason for that?
It could be because of protein deficiency, iron deficiency, vitamin D deficiency, biotin deficiency. So if you are experiencing hair loss, then a very good snack or something to add in your diet would be green moong dal soup with drumsticks. You cook both together, you add some ginger, turmeric, black pepper, salt to it, and have it every day. Green moong dal and drumsticks. It has a good mix of nutrients that supports hair health, and it's easy to digest after your delivery.
So like you said, that protein is so important post-pregnancy, right? So, but as we talked in the last episode, like protein can be hard on your digestive system.
Yes.
So
yes.
what would you suggest to new mothers, like how to get you a proper source of protein also, but not be too harsh on your digestive system?
I think it's important to pair it well and not overdo it in a given meal. Just, know your quantities in a given meal and the kind of preparation. So say, for example, a paya soup can be great, but having lamb seekh kebab will not be. So they might have similar ingredients in them, but the preparation will make a huge impact. So stick to boiled, semi-solid, not too spicy, not restructured foods that are not very dense in their texture. And even if you're having those foods, chew on them very well. That makes it easier for us to digest it. So if you're having paneer, have an easy to digest carb with it, like some rice or fulka or dalia, so that, you maintain that balance.
So as a new mother, I think you need a lot of energy to, tackle the baby, take care of it, because it's a new creature in your hand. So to maintain that energy level, and because you're yourself also so drained of energy, you've gone through so much, what do you suggest new moms?
Fluids. So make sure you're hydrated. And a very good snack for energy would be a fruit with some roasted nuts and seeds, or peanut butter or almond butter. So banana with peanut butter, apple with roasted pumpkin seeds, and your cup of ajwain jeera saunf water. You'll be surprised how much this can help you keep up with your energy. Also, because you're looking for snacks that are easy to pick and don't need a lot of prep. So fruits are always available and you just have to pick and eat.
So like how to build on strength after pregnancy, and what is the right time to start doing it?
To build strength, nutrition is important, but it's also important to get back to your routine, especially if you were working out. Slowly getting back to it is what helps you rebuild strength. And again, I think it's important to prioritize. Of course, you're looking to build strength. So first prioritize sleep, then your nutrition, and then your workout. I think that as a new mother, when you have control of your sleep, oh my God, like so much changes. Like you have so much more respect for your pre-parenthood life where you had control of your sleep. And I think that makes you understand that how important that rest is for your body. Because at least for me, that was true, that whenever I wasn't getting enough sleep, I just didn't have the energy or strength to operate the next day and have that whole day with the baby again.
And what are the food items that can be like really energy boosting and like give you that quick energy shoot?
I think after delivery, you have to have certain food items in your diet. What I found very energizing was green moong dal, drumsticks, papaya, dalia, made with milk, made with vegetables. Having vegetable soups were very energizing. They are very energizing because they help you hydrate. If you're breastfeeding, your hydration needs increase, which if you're not catering to, you'll feel really depleted. It's not just the nutrients, but also hydration that can make you feel very fatigued. Making sure that you're having enough nuts and seeds and good fats, because your skeletal system feels weak after delivery. So to regain that strength, adding at least 2 to 3 teaspoons of ghee in your diet every day, adding that mix of nuts or seeds, gond, which we call panjiri, is very important. Having kala chana soup. So all those foods that your mother is requesting you to have, just give it a try.
And like there's like the social media is full with information about nutrition, right? So like there's so many diets that are trending. Every other day there's a new diet that is trending. So how healthy is it for a new mom to go out for a new diet?
I think when you have just delivered, you look for familiar foods. I wouldn't recommend adding alien foods, exotic foods, foods that you have never tried before. It might give you discomfort. You don't know how your body will actually take to it, and it's not the time to try new diets. I don't know if. Actually, people do look for diets in an attempt to lose weight, but I think it's a time where you actually give your body, familiar foods that your body seeks comfort from while you're nourishing it.
So like you have to look for comfort more. It will make you feel more at home.
100%, because I think in all those new things, if food can bring in some comfort and some sense of control there, then why not just let food be your fuel and also give you that comfort.
So Lovneet, like post-pregnancy, a lot of people suggest a lot of supplements, like literally everybody and anybody is giving advice. So I want to ask you that are supplements a necessity, or like you can, fulfill all your requirements through your diet only?
I think post-pregnancy, postpartum is one time that supplements are very important because your stores are so depleted, and especially if you did not eat well during your pregnancy. So yeah, in 99% cases, supplements are important, but at least don't self-prescribe the supplements. Go to your doctor or a clinical nutritionist and get the right advice.
But supplements are a necessity.
Yes.
So I think like after like giving birth, your body is so sensitive, and you're prone to illnesses and everything. The immunity is very low.
Yes.
So how to build on that?
You're completely depleted, right, of nutrients, of energy, of sleep. Immunity and sleep are completely interlinked, and we have discussed this earlier. So again, I would say prioritize your sleep. Try to get enough rest. Make sure you're eating enough. Make sure you're not too desperate to cut down on calories. Give yourself that time to get used to this change, which can be wonderful, but like I said, it's equally exhausting, right? If you're completely, always you're feeling, completely, say, exhausted and deprived, you will not be able to build up on your immunity. So focus on rest, focus on sleep, and eat enough, and that will help you build your immunity. But there are certain foods that you can add in micronutrients. Make sure you're not deficient in vitamin D, you're having enough zinc, you are eating enough protein, and something to add in your diet could be a good quality chawanprash before you sleep, and that can be energizing and it's excellent for immunity.
So like you're a clinical nutritionist, you know everything about food and nutrition and everything. I would want you to tell like 3 best recipes, one for breakfast, one for like lunch, and one for dinner, and one for snack for like the new moms.
Well, like I always keep it very simple. So I think a very nourishing breakfast would be a vegetable dalia, and either add eggs or a side of paneer to it. For lunch, have yellow moong dal with amaranth or jawar, or even kapli wheat roti with a softly cooked vegetable. So, ghee, tori, add some dahi to it. And for a snack, I would highly recommend either a nut milk, or I would homemade nut milk, or the green moong dal and drumstick soup, or a kala chana soup. And for dinner, mostly I recommend a semi-solid meal, especially in the first couple of weeks. So it would be khichdi with at least 1 to 2 teaspoons of ghee in it, and then you add your side of protein, whether it's boiled chicken or some homemade chana.
Like one thing that is very common in our lifestyle is packed food. how important it is to avoid that. Like,
very necessary.
in general, it is also necessary,
Yes.
but for a new mom.
Why it's important is because packed food are also foods that have preservatives, that have fillers, that our body does not really recognize as real food. And if you have that, it makes you more sluggish. So these foods come with that inertia that you don't want. You will see that whenever you're having freshly prepared home cooked meals, you feel more energetic, yet lighter. And you don't feel very heavy in your digestive system. And that is so important right after delivery.
So I think Lovneet, you've told so much about like postpartum care, and I think everybody listening, all the new moms listening, will have a better journey. And I feel it's so important to enjoy that moment because your child won't be a newborn, again. So nutrition, use that nutrition to enjoy the journey more. Not feel exhausted. You will, of course. It's a very, very hard thing to do, but nutrition will definitely help. Your sleep will help, as you told. So, like, to sum up the entire episode, what are the three complete nutrition hacks that you would give to any new mom? That secret cheat code.
Well, focus on hydration and protein. So 4 liters of water and 80 grams of protein minimum. Focus on whole grains such as dalia, amaranth, oats, even rice. Whole grains in your diet are very important. And focus on including foods such as methi dana, shatavari, papaya, drumsticks that are good for recovery and also good for lactation.
Thank you so much, Lovneet. It was really nice. I mean, I feel warm after hearing all of that. And I think it will help a lot of women around, everybody listening,
Thank
so
you.
thank you so much, Lovneet.
Thank you.